In this video, we are going to talk about best things we can learn from Steve Jobs. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. 1. Love what you do. Steve Jobs had a deep and abiding enthusiasm for his work. Even when he was let go from Apple in the early years, he came to the conclusion that this was the line of work he really wanted to pursue for the rest of his life. Even we shouldn't veer off course. If we keep going in this direction, we will eventually succeed. What had been the center of my attention for the whole of my adult life was no longer there, and the loss was so upsetting that I even considered leaving the valley. But as time went on, I became aware of something. I still had a lot of passion for what I did. As a result, I made the decision to begin over. Steve Jobs 2. Cut out or avoid the bozos. People that are inept, dumb, and negative are referred to as bozos. Steve Jobs did not have the time to deal with these individuals and got rid of them as soon as he could. They are spreading like wildfire, and they tend to recruit others who share their worldview. They will have a detrimental effect on the team's morale. Even if you are unable to fire them, you may still do your hardest to avoid having as much interaction with them as is humanly feasible. Put yourself in an environment where you are surrounded by optimistic and enthusiastic coworkers who will motivate you. 3. Surround yourself with culture to be more creative. Steve Jobs served as a fantastic model in this regard. Putting oneself in an environment rich in history, art, and cultural traditions is one of the most effective ways to foster creative thinking. The development of his enthusiasm for design was greatly aided by the fact that he had a life that was enriched with a variety of cultural experiences. Products manufactured by Apple serve as an excellent example. It's possible that serendipity and making connections between seemingly unrelated events are more crucial than we realize. 4. Don't be afraid to take risks. Steve Jobs was well aware that his decision to build the iPhone would eventually render the iPod unnecessary. He was aware that it was a gamble, but he also was aware that the mobile business was highly profitable, and he wanted to have some of that money. Taking chances requires a number of qualities, including bravery and the ability to swim against the current. The lesson that Jobs imparted to us was that our ideas and ambitions must never be derailed by the thoughts and rules of other people. 5. Qualifications are not everything. Steve Jobs did not in fact get a degree from any educational institution. He found out and showed us that the most important thing is to cultivate a good mentality as well as the talents that you already have. Paper credentials are vital, but strengthening our talents must always take precedence over obtaining paper certificates. 6. Keep it simple. When the iPod was being developed by the engineers, Steve Jobs insisted that there should be no buttons at all, and that the sole button would be the one to turn the iPod on and off. To say the least, the engineers had their doubts, but Jobs would not budge from his position. Keeping the operation as simple as possible was critical to the success of this and many other initiatives. In the end, the scroll wheel was invented, and it is still used in many aspects of information technology today. We may hone our wits and become better at prioritizing with the assistance of the lessons that we can take from Steve Jobs. 7. Money need not dictate your projects. Jobs had the ambition to make the world a better place and, in his own words, to put a ding in the cosmos. His endeavors had one goal in mind: to bring into existence incredible new goods that would make the world a better place. He did not prioritize the acquisition of financial wealth. This is a very important lesson to take away from life. If our primary concern is generating a profit rather than providing value or assisting society in any way, then maybe we have to reevaluate the goals that we have set for ourselves. 8. Learn to be bold. When he was just 12 years old, Steve Jobs called Hewlett-Packard to request some replacement components for a project that he was working on at the time. Because of that phone conversation, HP offered him a position for the summer, and from that point on, he never looked back. This teaches us that we shouldn't give up easily, even if our first efforts are unsuccessful. 9. Question everything. In several interviews, Steve Jobs was quoted as saying that he had always been one to question everything. For instance, the sight of children who were malnourished caused him to reconsider his religious views. He encouraged individuals to challenge established norms and presumptions. This line of inquiry served as the cornerstone for a good many of his most inventive concepts. That ought to serve as a source of motivation for us as we investigate the ways in which we work and live. If we consistently ask why something is done in a certain manner, we will be well on our way to achieving our goals. Steve Jobs questioned every aspect of the construction of his yacht Venus, which was supposed to have a streamlined and uncluttered design and cost a total of $138 million. Henk de Vries, the proprietor of the Dutch shipyard where it was constructed, said that Steve Jobs was always urging his employees that there was room for improvement. 10. Technology can change the world for the better. It's been said that when Steve Jobs was a child, he read an article that listed the animals that were the most effective in terms of speed and movement. Jobs was inspired by the article. He was surprised to see that the condor was at the top of the list while people were well down at the bottom of the rankings. When you put a person on a bicycle, that combination immediately surged to the top of the list, surpassing the condor by a significant margin. In a subsequent advertisement for Apple, Jobs referred to his computer as the bicycle of the mind, using this metaphor. The use of innovative technologies such as these is the key to making the world a better place. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.